Hi there, Autumn. An absolutely beautiful, perfect morning for the Fox 8 Fox Trot. This is the second year for it, and it is bigger and better than ever. Over 6,000 runners and walkers registered for the race here at Voinovich Park. This Fox 8 Fox Trot presented by your Northern Ohio Honda dealers. The race takes place here at Voinovich Park. The 1 mile walk begins at 8 a.m. with the 5K, of course, starting an hour later at 9 a.m. And joining me are two of the race's organizers. Right here is Chris Chibalesco and Doug Herman. First, we're going to start with Chris, who is the 5 o'clock producer of Fox 8. Chris, what's bigger and better this year, and how excited are you?
I think just the fact that we entered the military presence into this is clearly making the difference. Obviously, people want to come out and support this cause, and we're seeing it right now.
What is the layout this year for the race and for people that are watching at home and want to know what is happening here?
Well, it's our second annual Fox 8 Fox Trot. We are doing it in honor of the Wounded Warrior Project. It's funny, when we all came together earlier this year to think about what cause to go for, we all met together, and at the top of all of our lists was the Wounded Warrior Project. So I think it was fate that this all happened, and clearly Northeast Ohio is showing how much they care about our veterans and current service members.
All right, good job there, Chris. And joining me on the other side is Doug Herman, who's a photographer here at Fox 8. You shot some amazing stuff with some local veteran behind us, Josh Summers. Talk to me about what this is like for you to be able to organize something for the Wounded Warrior Project.
It's absolutely amazing, and I knew that Northeast Ohio would respond. I mean, one thing I keep telling people, I went down to Jacksonville with Tracy McCool to Wounded Warrior Project headquarters, and you don't know what to expect down there. You think it's going to be sad and depressing, guys with prosthetics and severe burns and traumatic brain injury. It's not sad, it's not depressing. These guys are so resilient, and just their attitudes are so good, and it's just an amazing place. It kind of has an energy of a race day. I mean, I'm a runner, so you like going to those things because you like that energy, and that's exactly what Wounded Warrior Project is, and it's amazing. Northeast Ohio responded, 6,500 participants today, raising tons of money for Wounded Warrior Project, and it's absolutely amazing. I love it.
And you're running as well.
I'm running as well. By 9 o'clock, it's all done, so we're ready to get our run on. So
he's going to get a personal best, I'm sure. But real quick, we're going to look over here to the left. That's Todd Meany's band, Ace Moeller, that are here performing as all these racers and walkers are getting ready. Again, the 1 mile walk begins at 8 a.m. The 5K begins an hour later at 9 a.m. Mark, Autumn, that gives you guys plenty of time to lace up those shoes and come on down. And
yeah,
run.
That's for sure. You know, really kudos to Chris and Doug because they did such a great job with all this.
Tirelessly for months on this project.
Thank you, Melissa, very much.
It's awesome to see all the energy down there. Well, if you can't make it down to today's event, but you still want to be a part of the festivities, just head over to our website, fox8.com. That's where we are live streaming the day's events. Well, this second annual Fox 8 Fox Trot is wrapping up. Runners and walkers have been out all morning raising money and awareness for the Wounded Warrior Project. Fox 8's Melissa Reed is behind the rock hall. She joins us now with all the excitement, although I'm guessing it's probably starting to wind down. It was a really busy morning for you guys out there, Melissa.
Yeah, it was super busy, and it's completely wound down now. They're kind of putting things away here, but the excitement earlier was just absolutely incredible. They came, they ran, and they conquered. Over 6,500 runners and walkers to participate in the second annual Fox 8 Fox Trot. And joining me are two of the organizers. They were here with me at the very beginning of the morning. They're here with me now. Doug, what was this like for you to see all of the people that came out today?
I'm overwhelmed. I mean, it's amazing. And I told you earlier, I said, I'm just amazed at Northeast Ohioans and how they respond. When we decided on Wounded Warrior Project, we knew that we were going to have a big crowd, but we did not expect it to be like this. And to see the corporations showing up today, giving us checks for $1,500, $1,800, $1,300. A little girl raised $1,800 on her own for Josh Summers. I mean, it blows me away. I'm emotionally drained. It was a great day.
Good job, Doug. That was Doug Herman, a photographer at Fox 8. You're looking at video right now of the 5K that started at 9 o'clock this morning. But joining me is Chris Chibalesco, the 5 o'clock producer, also instrumental in making this happen. Chris, what was like this for you to see all the people out here today?
I have to echo Doug's words. I mean, I was talking to you before. I'm a writer for a living, and I could not write a script for this. It was just so overwhelming, the feeling I got from this. And I just want to say to all the Wounded Warriors who came out and all the military, past, present, and future, who came out. Thank you so much for having our backs. I know personally I could not do what you do, and I hope this went to show you that we have your backs as well.
Yeah, and a lot of people were instrumental in this. Who would you like to thank that made this a part? I know it was you and Doug and a lot of other people. Who else was involved?
Obviously, Bill Martin and Tracy McCool were instrumental. A lot of people you don't even know behind the scenes at Fox 8 who allowed us to get this done. Obviously, Northern Ohio Honda dealers stepped up big time and helped us for the second straight year. We're looking forward to a long relationship with them.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you.
Chris Gibilisco. Also, both Doug and Chris, both runners. So they did very well. I think they were saying 8-minute miles at least. But again, over 6,500 people participating in the second annual Fox 8 Fox Trot. So much money raised. I believe Doug said earlier that they might be able to write over $100,000 check to give to the Wounded Warrior Project. And whenever you think of just giving a contribution to these people that have served and done so much for us, it's pretty incredible that we're able to give back like that. Autumn?
It's amazing. I mean, I have chills, honestly, just hearing about it, and the accomplishments, and Doug and Chris, who worked so hard for so many months to put that together. They all deserve giant pats on the back. So, all right, thank you, Melissa.
And they got high fives,
high
sweaty
fives.
high fives.
Thank you, Melissa.
Oh,
It's
yes.
kind of fun to see the helicopter.
I could see it and I could hear the helicopter, but I wondered what it looked like from up in the air, and here it is. Just
6,500 people
remarkable.
and then some, and checks, people just dropping off checks for Wounded Warriors and shaking their hands, and people walking the 3 miles or walking the 1 mile, or whatever you wanted to do.
How about that hill in the very beginning? Who put that
hill,
there?
Actually,
don't remember
the
that from
last
last
hill,
year.
there's a dog. People brought their pets, which
Oh,
was
it was
fun.
so much
What about
fun.
the last hill?
Oh, with the last hill.
Then
Oh, by that
everybody's
time,
tired.
my eyes were crossed
Hill.
at that point.
A lot of babies, people pushing their kids out there.
Sure,
It was
yeah.
just great fun, And that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a fun race for everybody. You just enjoy, walk, run, whatever you want to do, and just be together.
It's like a party, it really was. Well, thousands did turn out to walk and run in downtown Cleveland for our second annual Fox 8 Fox Trot, and it was all for an awesome cause.
That's right, Melissa Reed here now with a look at your overwhelming response and how the Wounded Warriors benefit from your generosity. We're going to give them a really big check. As soon as we know all the money, we're going to
Can't wait for the total.
Cindy, one of the Wounded Warrior moms, come in, and she's going to accept the check. We're going to do that on the air for everybody.
great.
It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. And after months of planning and preparation, the day finally arrived. Fox 8 once again asked for our viewers' support, and thousands of Northeast Ohioans stepped up to the plate, turning out for the second annual Fox 8 Fox Trot at Voinovich Park. They came, they ran, they conquered. Sky Fox was up over Voinovich Park Sunday as over 6,500 runners hit the pavement for the second annual Fox 8 Fox Trot.
Well, I'm a veteran myself, so to help support the Wounded Warriors is a really good cause, and I enjoyed it.
Anything and any place that we can get all the 5 branches of the military to come out and support one another, and the local law enforcement, it's amazing to have the backing of the community.
This year's race benefits the Wounded Warrior Project.
Northeast Ohio always answers the call. Never expected it to be this big, but they did. They came out in masses, and I mean, we're going to 6,500 runners, and we'll probably be able to write a check for over $100,000 to the Wounded Warrior Project. It's unbelievable.
Money that would go to a wounded warrior like Josh Summers, who was an inspiration as he crossed the finish line.
Shane inspired me to start running because I wanted to be his legs.
Money that would go to Sergeant Shane Parsons, another wounded warrior that lost his legs in Iraq and inspired this local runner.
I wanted the opportunity to do something for Shane, which he could not do for himself, and I wanted to be his feet, so I started to run for Shane.
From the 1-mile walk to the 5K run, thousands and thousands of runners.
It's very important for everyone to show their support and everything because it's a great cause. Also, it's just good to get out, get some good exercise, see downtown a little bit.
Lacing up their shoes to give back to those who have given so much, past, present, and future.
Our thinking was, even if you don't know a wounded warrior, you probably know a friend or a family member who's in the military, was in the military, and so that's what we were hoping for, to come out and run for them and run and honor them And as is evident today, that certainly happened.
What a great shot. All right, in all, almost 6,500 runners and walkers participated in this event, and early indications are that around $100,000 was raised, all for the Wounded Warrior Project. And what an absolute privilege. I got to cover it because I got to see all those stories.
It's going to be more than that.
Oh, yeah.
When all is said and done,
everywhere
Incredible.
you turn, there was another story. And just to see little Kirsten there with
Kirsten.
Josh,
Yep.
she
Kirsten.
raised $1,800 for him.
Yeah.
And she was determined. She's like, I'm going to be there. I'm going to walk with him. And she never left his side.
No, and I got to ask her, I was like, what'd you think of this? And she's like, so cool, you know, like, I mean, everybody's on their feet, you know, clapping for him. And, you know, the stuff with Sergeant Parsons' family as well, you know, just how inspirational these guys are. And you get to see them in real life, too, you know. Sure. It was really cool.
It was a great day.
Chris Jablisco, who you saw there, very handsome
Kudos.
man. He's our 5 o'clock producer.
He did a wonderful job. Doug Herman.
And Doug Herman, those two really put the race on.
Been working
And
nonstop
they work
for months.
Yeah.
very hard to make that happen.
What people don't know is they worked on this while they worked. So it was just like double up on duties that they would do. You know, there was race preparation as well as show preparation, and that's a big hat to fill.
Kudos to them. They did a wonderful job.
Well, thank you, Hermes, too. Class act for the race organizers, too. Christine, PJ there. The sport.
Dave Nethers, Chris Jablisco, Stacy Fry,
There's Lou.
Suzanne Stratford.
Her gorgeous husband, Tim, in the background there, former Marine. I guess you're always a Marine, so I shouldn't say former. Marine.
There's my dad in the background with the Ohio State hat.
Dad.
Yeah, my dad's
Thanks
a
for
veteran
watching
as
my
well.
camera, Dad. All right, it's a family affair at the Fox 8 Fox Trot. Dozens of your Fox 8 favorites in attendance yesterday. And from our family to yours, thank you more than you can know. There aren't words to thank, I used to come up with a thank you for your show of support. It was spectacular.
We certainly do appreciate it.
All right, this year's Fox Trot benefiting Wounded Warrior Project, money that will support warriors like Shane Parsons of Fostoria, Ohio, who lost his legs in Iraq 8 years ago.
And as Fox 8's Melissa Reed reports, Parsons was at the race on Sunday. How the Wounded Warrior Project changed his life.
3, 2, 1, go!
At this year's Fox 8 Fox Trot, there were real-life superheroes in attendance.
Sergeant Shane Parsons.
Veterans working through incredible obstacles with the help of the Wounded Warrior Project.
You know, a phone call 7.5 years ago brought me to my knees when the words echoed, "Your son has been critically wounded in Iraq."
Sergeant Shane Parsons is one of those veterans. He lost his legs in Iraq after a roadside bomb blew up his Humvee.
He had cognitive deficits, short-term, long-term memory losses caused from a severe anoxic traumatic brain injury.
All of the money raised at this year's Fox Trot is going directly to the Wounded Warrior Project to help veterans like Shane and his family.
Literally changed my son Shane's life, as well as myself as a caregiver.
Shane inspired me to start running because I wanted to be his legs.
Shane also changed the life of runner Terry Monin of Cleveland.
I wanted the opportunity to do something for Shane, which he could not do for himself, and I wanted to be his feet, so I started to run for Shane.
Terry never ran a day until she heard about Shane. Now she runs half marathons.
I wrote his name on a slip of paper and I put it in his shoe when I run.
Every single day, the sacrifices of those who gave for our freedom for us to be here today.
Just one example of how the Wounded Warrior Project continues to inspire people and help veterans survive from the battlefield, both mentally and physically.
I am so excited to see so many people who are out this year to raise money for the Wounded Warrior Project and to see this many people who are supporting our wounded veterans and our troops.
In Cleveland, Melissa Reed, Fox 8 News.
Thank you.
True inspiration,
Cindy, too,
really.
and Shane as well. She's my little brother.
Yeah.
And so she's
And
like,
you're right. The moment you meet her, you just want to go up and give her a big hug.
like a million years.
And after
so
after she got done speaking, because the first thing she said when she got up there, she goes, "Cleveland, you rock!" And she turned around after she got done speaking. She goes, "I've always wanted to do that." And I said, "You know what? You picked the best opportunity to do it." Just
she'll be
looking
back.
out
When we
at the
get all the
crowd,
money
yeah.
in and everything, she's going to come back and accept the check for
Great
the Warrior
family.
Project. All right, it seemed everywhere you look, you saw another amazing moment, inspirational story.
And Lou Maglio joins us now with a handful of the images from the Fox Trot, and I think Bill and I cried about 20 times yesterday.
Well, it was certainly huge, and it was certainly very
Right.
emotional. Just a spectacular day, you know, for all of us to be involved. You know, we get into the business, and one of the reasons we get in the business is try to affect some positive change. You know, to do some good for some people, and this clearly was an opportunity to do that. Quite an unforgettable day for all of us here at Fox 8, and thank you all for being a part of it. Let's run through the pictures. Maybe we could all do the play-by-play together. That's Todd Meany and his boys on stage performing.
They were awesome.
Ace Moeller, they were
Ace
wonderful.
Moeller, great band.
Great talents right there. All right, let's look at
There we
another
go.
one. And that is, you know, I tried to capture a picture on my cell phone of this and didn't do a very good job. This is much better. This is where the pros do a better job. But this sea of humanity there on 9th Street, just driving in, I went, whoa, this is something I have never quite seen before. It was breathtaking, absolutely
That's
colorful.
stunning.
That's the shot
I
right
snapped
there.
that
How
one.
about
I
that?
climbed up the ladder and took that picture.
That's your shot?
Yeah.
That's right before
Wow.
the beginning of the
Stole my
walk.
picture.
Well, I mean, that just gives you an idea.
Yeah.
6,000 competitors, 6,000 people taking part, all their friends, all their family members. We have room, and by the way, we had room for a little bit more too. Here's another picture
VA.
out there, VA out there in force, and again, had a great time talking with all the veterans out there. Just a wonderful time with everybody. VFW out there. And of course, we have Slider from the Indians and Chomps from the Browns, and they were there entertaining the crowd, doing a great job. We appreciate all the volunteers, the many volunteers that came out to help out, and it's just a group of walkers smiling, and everybody was smiling.
That was sort of the Foxtrot's supposed to be about fun. So we want a party with a run, and you could tell from people just having fun.
Well, you know what? I did not participate in the physical act of running or walking. I decided, maybe not for me, but I shook quite a few hands and got my exercise that way. Everybody
This was
just
so
smiling,
moving,
posing
this
for
picture
pictures.
with
Yeah,
the
that's
gentleman there
good
holding
as
the
it
flag.
gets.
Made me think of my dad.
Oh, my gosh.
And, he's down at Arlington, but I saw that flag because I have one in my den. I just started crying. I just, you know, so touching and moving.
Well, this is one of those unforgettable photo albums there. You just can't forget these images. This is another one. This is a Color Guard Cleveland Army Recruiting Battalion there. Next up, we have a veteran in a wheelchair here in the 5K race. And again, thanks to the vets. How can we?
I was running right next to
Yeah.
him, a former Marine. That's his wife pushing him, and I ran along next to him for a while, and they were going too fast for me. I couldn't keep up with
They're
them.
amazing.
And he was helping her out too.
Hoorah.
Oh, yay! There's Suzanne Stratford.
Our girl and her man
husband,
Tim, her husband, a veteran,
Wounded
both
warrior.
veterans, yeah, both heroes there. Tim, really something else, quite a story
great
there.
guy.
How about that one? Say thanks. And
There were a
you
lot
know,
of kids and kids involved and with signs and raising money, and just amazing to see children so involved.
That's Nick. He's 9 years old from the Akron area. Came with that sign today just to say thank you.
And let us give props too to Doug Herman there in the middle left and Chris Gibelisco in the middle right. I think our audience knows the other two people on the outside, but they are two of the prime organizers of this. I had a guy here, a delivery man, deliver 35 packages of T-shirts on Friday night, and he said, hey, do you think I could get a couple of these? And I texted Doug, and he says, absolutely.
Yeah.
The guy is sweating. I mean, it was hot. He did it all by himself, and he goes, no. I'm paying, I'm contributing, I'm doing my part. So he took some money out and he made his contribution. That's the kind of a micro story that really touches your heart. There were so many of them.
You know, thank you too for Northern Ohio Honda's dealerships. They're
University
spectacular.
hospitals
University
as well.
hospitals.
Nations Lending Corporation.
All these people giving
just
checks
amazing.
and time, and just spectacular.
Well,
amazing.
it requires all of that to get it done. It is a massive undertaking. Without everybody who got involved, we never would have managed it.
Thank
amazing.
you very
Thanks
much.
for sharing
Great
those pictures. Yeah.